Our final question of the show, a fun one from Alex King at AlexJKing35 on Twitter, who says, compare each blazer to food like Dame could be lobster and Kelja Blevins is a McNugget. Okay, I've done it. So let's start with Dame as lobster. Let's just make that our jumping off point. Damon Lillard is a lobster. He is decadent. He is, a sign of that it's your high class stuff. He is a treat. Damon Lillard is absolutely a treat. He is not everyday food. CJ McCollum is crab. Because if you got lobster, you don't really need crab. It's delicious in its own right, but you don't need them both. You kind of need lobster or crab. You don't need both lobster and crab. You don't need it. You don't need it's overkill. You don't need two shelled animals that have, at least relatively similar, a lot of overlap in the way you eat them, the way you enjoy them, and all that they do. You don't need crab and lobster. It's fine if you have them. You're going to have a great seafood. You're going to have a great time cracking into that seafood, but y'all know the score of the game. Norman Powell's shrimp. A better pairing with lobster and a better pairing with crab. Maybe if you had each of them on their own, Norman Powell has a shrimp would make sense to both, makes sense next to both of them. And on his own, he's uh, also somewhat of an indulgent food with some. You don't have shrimp a million different ways, but it has enough versatility that you can really appreciate it. Robert Covington is potatoes. I was gonna go French fries, but Robert Covington's more versatile than that. He can be mashed potatoes, curly fries, tater tots, waffle fries. He is potatoes. Never the star, but an elite complementary part. Potatoes can complement nearly any dish. They can be served a million different ways. They do so many valuable things, but never a star. Robert Covington is potatoes. Yusuf Nurkic is a cheeseburger or just a burger if you're not eating dairy this week, um, because burgers are dependable, delicious, and a staple. And when they're done right, they're incredible. A reminder of just sort of the how important and anchoring an Americana classic can be. But when you have a crappy burger, man, is it a disappointment? You go to a bar and you pay like 19, $22 for a burger and a beer, and it stinks. It stinks. It can ruin a night. An inconsistent a burger that doesn't meet your expectations is a bummer. But a burger can be that sort of perfect food. You're like, darn, that was a good burger. It's so dependable. When it's good, and when it's bad, it's a bummer. Yusuf Nurkic is a burger. Every Simons is beef Wellington. I've been hearing about how fancy beef Wellington is forever, and it's a very involved dish, puff pastry and some mushroom kind of little gravy thing in there, and then this medium rare cooked steak. And people are saying this is fancy and this is a delight, but to me, maybe this is really good, but the hype and the name and the presentation have taken away from it to some extent. If someone just served me a delicious steak and some mushrooms on the side and said this kicks ass, I would say yeah, I'm into it. Beef Wellington, hurt by the name. Anthony Simons, perhaps damaged by being called the chosen one 2 years ago. Larry Nance Jr. is cauliflower. He's new to the game, he's new to the team, but he's got real versatility. In fact, he can sub in for a lot of what potatoes do, but you don't have to serve them like potatoes. You can fry them, you can pickle them, you can serve them. You can serve them hot, you can serve them cold, you can roast them, you can mash them up. Cauliflower has real versatility. You can make it into pizza crust. This is real dependable. Again, not very unlikely to be the star of the show, but real versatility. Larry Nance is cauliflower. Cody Zeller is PB&J. Not going to knock your socks off. In fact, sometimes you're going to be a little bit disappointed to open up your lunch and be like, PB&J, huh? All right. But it gets the job done. It's dependable, tried and true. You're not going to brag about a PB&J. You're not going to say, today I got a PB&J with me, or I'm going to go home and make a PB&J. You're not going to brag about it. But you're going to appreciate its classicness. You're going to appreciate its utilitarian, little bit of sweet, little bit of salty. It's PB&J's work, and they work for a reason because they're all right. Nazir Little is tadig, the Persian rice dish. Very popular on the internet. I see a lot of people making tadig. Tahdig, but I never had it. I know a lot about it. It's, at its best, it's got a lot of turmeric, and it's crispy on the bottom, and you can flip it over and you kind of crack it, and it looks super fun. It looks like incredibly fun. This is something I've seen like on Instagram. Um, social, excited on the social media people are for this dish, but I haven't had it in my real life. I'm excited to see if it's as good as I think it might be. I'm excited to see if it lives up to the hype of social media, because I think it probably is delicious, but I don't know yet. Ben McLemore's a side salad. It's fine. Probably don't need him. Got a baked potato, but yeah, I'm cool. Side salad. Thanks a lot. I'm happy. I'm happy to have it. This will work out great. If I need some vegetables, if I need a shooter, side salad will be just what I ordered. Appreciate it. Tony Snell is broccoli. Not a lot of wasted calories. It's got does enough stuff that you can depend on it. But in the end, it's just broccoli. It's a vegetable that this is a no empty calorie, a lot of nutrition. Um, you know, it's somebody who shoots 50% from three, but isn't going to wow you in many other ways. CJ Ellaby is a Seattle dog. Comes from the Pacific Northwest, and I don't really know what the deal is. Why is there cream cheese on it? Why? What's CJ Ellaby doing? Um, I know he's a second round pick, and I'm not trying to bag on him. Like, I'm teasing everybody here. That's kind of the point of these exercises, is to be to get some jokes off. But like, listen, I don't know why they're putting cream cheese on. I don't know why they're putting cream cheese on those hot dogs in Seattle, and I don't really get the deal with CJ Ellaby being on the back half of this roster, because the Blazers could use a taller person or another, um, just some more useful depth in the back half of this group. Greg Brown the third is a Twinkie. Some empty calories, a lot of flash, and I don't really want a Twinkie, quite frankly. But when I do, there is nothing like it. That is Greg Brown Jr. dunking between his legs, where it's like, do we really need this sort of hollow, empty calories? But then it happens, you're like, damn, that's good. That is just truly indulgent and wonderful. Greg Brown is a Twinkie. That's everyone, but not the two-way guys. I don't really know what Trendon Watford is. Uh, Trendon Watford is Trent Watford will have to graduate into me knowing about him. And as Alex said, Keldon Blevins is a McNugget. That might be a little higher praise than I'm giving Blevins, because Chicken McNugget is an American classic.